Hi! Today I'm going to demonstrate for you a SIP card using the gorgeous Stampin' Up! Flowing Flower stamp set with the masking technique. A SIP card? What's that? SIP is an acronym for Stamps, Ink, and Paper. I'll be keeping it simple with just stamps, ink, and paper for my Flowing Flowers card. I'm Shelley Godby, the owner and CEO of Stamping Smiles, and for 20 years, I've been teaching others how to create their own hand-stamped smiles. So be sure to stick around to the end because I'm going to show you my SIP card with 7 other patterns of the designer series paper I'm using today. Closer view of the gorgeous Flowing Flowers stamp set. This is from the January through June 2022 Stampin' Up! Mini Catalog, and it's a distinctive stamp set. Distinctive is Stampin' Up's patent-pending process for developing stamps that give you this amazing depth and shading. You're going to get all of that, and you'll see in just a bit, just from stamping. You don't have to use more than one stamp to build up to that. You just get this automatically. Crazy about the distinctive stamp sets. And I'm going to be using today this all together 6x6 designer series paper. You get 4 sheets of each, but I wanted to show you all the patterns. I love black and white patterns. They're just so versatile. And so I wanted to show you this and then something else about this. So look at all of this. And I'm going to demonstrate with one of them and then show you at the end. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. So we've got the black with the white, now the white with the black. All right, so these hands, there's a good reason for this. And we have some black and white patterns for a hostess, but you have to have a minimum order to get those, where anybody can order these now in my online store. So this is the All Together 6x6 Designer Series paper, and it coordinates with the limited edition Here Together stamp set and the coordinating dies, and I believe they are here for you. There we go. And so these, well, I die cut them so you could see. You matter. Isn't that pretty? I love that. And then Here for You. So these are ones we'll be able to use for more than just with this set too. And look at this. The negative was really cool. Put some color behind there. So very nice and versatile. And along with this, so we got the Here Together stamp set, the Here for You dies, the All Together 6x6 Designer Series paper. All of these are limited edition. They're available only while supplies last, or June 2nd, whichever comes first. But what comes along with these, look at all of this. These are the natural tones, a new addition to the Stampin' Blends. And so right now you order them in packs of 2 or the full collection. You can get the whole collection all at one time, all 10, or you've got the light combo, the medium light, the medium deep, and the deep. So you can order, like I said, in sets of 2 or all of them. And so how nice will that be? So we've got the hands right here to be able to have different skin tones, because until this, we only had ivory and bronze. So such a nice selection. And not just for the hands, for any of where we color flesh. And not just that, I'm excited to have more browns. I like brown for a lot of different things, so not just for flesh, but for other things. So I wanted to show you that, the Here Together collection with all of those blends, the designer paper, and the bundle, or you can order things individually. So now we need to get stamping, and I'm going to show you how to do masking. So what I have here is some basic white thick cardstock, and thick because I'm going to pop the layer up and I just wanted that kind of support. And we'll be using the beautiful flowers. There we go. And the greeting, Just a Note. And so with that black, I love hot pink and black, so I chose the Magenta Madness Classic Stampin' Pad, one of the 2020-2022 in colors, and so this will be retiring. And it's for brothers and sisters along with it. So I recommend getting this because the retiring list will be out by April for sure, and the ink pads are the first thing to go. Ink pads and refills, and then the cardstock. So to open this, you pick this up, slide that in, And here we go. I'm just going to give that a good inking. Turn it over and see, and come over here and just stamp straight up and down. Oh, look at that. So at first when I stamped, I thought, oh, my pad. And I was playing with scrap paper. I do that when I'm trying to lay out a design, when I'm not sure where I'm going for sure. And I thought, wow, my ink pad must be dry. And then I thought, wait a minute, tried it again. Like, oh, this is distinctive. It's supposed to be like that. Fantastic. And so I wanted a nice, clean, and simple card. So I've got the Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad and the Just a Note stamp. And I thought this will be really nice right down here. Love it. All right, but it just wasn't enough for me. Okay, I need more. And I have more flowers in the set, and I chose this. And so masking, I'll show you why we mask. So here, I've got a couple of these ready to go. So if I want to put flowers around here and I don't mask, and that means covering it up, if I just start stamping, now my design is on my design. Not a good look, right? And so then what you'll see some people do, because maybe they don't know about masking, and so what they will do then is they'll have what I call the floating flowers. So they try to get close without, you know, and so there's that gap and not quite right. And so masking is really cool. So what you do, you can take just paper. All right, so thin paper from your printer, not cardstock. Whoops, let's bring this back, and we're going to stamp it. And what I have here is called stamp masking paper, the Inkadinka-Doo. And so it's really thin and already has adhesive on that. So you cut that out, and then you put it over your image. All right, I want to show you something. So here I have cardstock. I do not recommend cardstock, and I'm going to show you why. So masking is you cover up the image with the same image, because whatever you want to be out front, and I want the small flowers to be behind. And so I ink this up, and then when you use cardstock, you can't help but have that void. It's just too thick. Do you see that void? That's not a good look. So we'll try again. We'll press even harder. That's what happens when you use cardstock. So I don't recommend using cardstock for this technique called masking. Instead, we're going to use either paper from the printer, you know, thin paper, or I like this even better because it's even thinner. So you'll take your paper snips and trim this. Now, what I've learned is to go on that line, because even though it's thin, I don't want a gap. So you cut around and cut on the edge of it. And if you don't have paper snips, you really want them. These are awesome. $10 for these little things, and they just make this kind of cutting a breeze. And once you cut your mask out, you use it over and over and over. So to save some time, I have one all cut and ready to go. So now, let's peel this off. The blue is the backing. I thought I had that ready to go. Get in there. There we go. Another good thing for the paper snips. Whoops. And we'll put this right over top. And now let's come back with our flowers and show you the difference. And so now when I peel this away, the flowers are underneath it. We don't have that gap that we had from the cardstock. They're not floating or covering it up. And to close, a little push, pull on that lip, and click. So now to finish our card, I have Magenta Madness cardstock, and I'll have a link to my blog post with all the measurements so you can make this. And I chose this pattern. All right. Actually, I'm going to show you 2 of them in 7 others. I like this one too. And what I have here is some Stampin' Seal, nice strong adhesive, and let's see which way. Let's do this. And what I want to make sure is that I'm not over the edge. Okay, there, a little bit. Let's push. I haven't pressed down yet. There we go. I don't press down until I'm happy with my placement. Fantastic. And now this. So this is a SIP card. You see, we've just used stamps, ink, and paper. And of course you need adhesive. And my favorite adhesive ever, Stampin' Dimensionals, to make this clean and simple SIP card a little bit extra special. I'm going to use these foam adhesive dots. And just by this little bit that it's picking it up, it's going to add a lot to it. That's one in the center for support. There we go. Let me just press down with my thumbnail. It makes that edge pop up, even though my nails aren't long. Instead of, sometimes they'll peel up, but if you're having trouble, just remember that. Boom. And so, like I said, black and hot pink. Oh, crazy about that. And this will go from top to bottom. Some of the Magenta Madness peeking out on the other side, more black on the left. And there we go. Super simple, but isn't that just stunning? My goodness, with the Flowing Flowers stamp set and the masking technique. I promised to show you my clean and simple SIP card with the All Together Designer Series paper in 7 more of the patterns. So let's have a look. There we go. Look with the little hearts. Aren't those sweet? And then, I love all of them. All right. I have a thing for plaid. Let's spread these out so you can see them. This one I didn't expect to like, but I really do like it. I thought, love it, love it, love it. Nice and bold. Bold pattern for a bold color. There we go. I like all of them. And there we go. So you'll have to leave a comment below to tell me if you like one especially more than another. But with that pack of paper, the All Together 6x6, I'll be able to make a ton of these, and you will be able to as well. If you'd like to make my SIP card with the Flowing Flowers stamp set and masking technique, all the supplies are listed below the video and available to order now in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. And when you place your February 2022 Stampin' Up! Order of $50 or more with me, I'm going to send you one of my Flowing Flowers cards. So get on over now to my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. I'm Shelly Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.